This is Wild on 7th, your favorite Wild podcast.
Did you guys see this? This is unbelievable.
What is that all about, Kinger?
Get in here for the real thing.
Like, let's get weird.
Maybe I blacked out trying to figure out what was going on. Doubt, worry, fear, because that's what we're breaking the mold on here.
Welcome to Wild on 7th, presented by Pilot Games. We're here until it's here.
Welcome back to Wild on 7th, your favorite Wild podcast. And for the last couple of weeks, your favorite Olympic podcast, too. Right, Kinger? USA all the way.
It's a good day to be an American.
Dominance in the game of ice hockey, our favorite winter sport. Not throwing shade at any of the other Olympic winter sports, but hockey is the best. Actually, we'll get into that. We're going to get into that. But before we do, make sure that when you're out during your district playoff tournament, your region tournaments, your nieces and nephews tournaments, because this is the time of year where everybody shows up to the games. And heck, it's the state high school hockey tournament. That's coming up. The girls had a great tournament. Congratulations to Hill Murray once again. Back-to-back state titles. But whenever you're out enjoying hockey, grab a tablet from Pilot Games because you can win some money. Again, whenever you win money out and about on these days, enjoying hockey or whatever it might be, it changes the trajectory of your day. Like, it just makes it so much better. And you have to think about it like this, because not only does it change your day in a positive way, that money goes back to the kids too. It changes their day in a very similar way. So
it's for the kids.
It's for the kids. It's what we like to call a win-win-win, just like the U.S. in hockey in Milan. So we've got a great episode today. We're recording Monday, February 23rd. We haven't slept. I'm kidding. I've slept a little bit after U.S. beat Canada in overtime. The Olympics were terrific. We loved it, every minute of it. We got the appetizer, and the men's side, U.S. versus Sweden, which is what I wanted. The gold medal game came to fruition, U.S.-Canada. It went the way everybody thought, which was terrific. But watching and being a fan from however many thousands of miles away was great, and watching the players there was great. But it also afforded us as a podcast to have a couple of skaters here and allow us to have some guests. So we got DJ Damon Hunt on the podcast here to follow. But before we get to DJ Damon, which would be a terrific name, let's recap your Sunday morning and what it's like to wake up with the greatest hockey game maybe played.
Well, you're in for a real treat, listeners. This is like the first time I did this was when the Vikings did the Minneapolis Miracle, and I just spent 24 hours wallowing in the joy, watching all the social media clips from fans. Case Keenum shot from the last row of the upper deck of the stadium, and you get to sit in the hot dog water with us for I don't know how long. We're not going to rush it, and it would be hot dog water. That's very American. You're going to marinate in American swagger. We've both brought 23 topics to add up to 46 years, which was the last time we got the gold in 1980. So let's start with venue, okay? Because this was an important game to watch as a fan, and I'm curious where you watched it, what you wore. I could have gone to a bar in White Bear Lake that does a nice job, but I needed a controlled environment. I didn't want any risk. I didn't want some guy talking too much. I didn't want a table of Canadians next to me. I didn't want bad Wi-Fi. I went to a buddy's house. We all brought breakfast. We had gluten-free waffles. We had bacon. We had eggs. We had an egg bake. We had fruit, red, white, and blue fruit, strawberries, blueberries, whipping cream. We had some mimosas. We were in a basement. Made sure the time difference on the two TVs wasn't anything we had to worry about. I did wear this jersey, which I haven't worn for a USA game, so this is pretty lucky. I found this one in the garage. So I went super controlled, safe, like a home game. Where did you watch, and did you get it right from a venue standpoint?
I didn't get it right at all.
No. Were you like on your phone in a car coaching, or?
Yes.
No.
I was all of that. I was actually all of those.
Oh, no. I mean, the 7 o'clock in the morning, I would think you were clear. What were you, what did you have another one of these do you dirty 8 o'clock hockey games?
It was, yeah, I mean, but it was what, Sunday morning, so I can't complain. They played their way into this one. Had my daughter's team, had they won, we wouldn't have had to play the game in the morning and would have been able to just enjoy the game. But instead, I was watching with one eye through glass at Stillwater Rec Center for the district tournament. So I was able to watch like the first period live at home with the kids. They were fired up. Then I had to leave and then was in the vehicle. And
that's never great. So you got it on like your phone and you're just listening to audio.
Yeah, didn't even have it on the phone. So then I'm scrambling in the car trying to get my daughter to figure out how to get Peacock because we didn't have Peacock.
No,
You got to subscribe at that moment. Now I need to know. I can't wait to see this data. How many people bought Peacock on Sunday morning? It has to it has to be a big number.
We're going to get into some rating stuff. I looked up a bunch of stuff. We'll get into that too. But so I'm very disappointed in you. I mean, I know you. I guess you couldn't do anything. What time was the game?
The game was 9 a.m.
Oh, man.
She had to be there at 8. So I was able to watch the first period, drive.
And this is win or go home.
This is the second period. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So then watch from the lobby until about overtime and then have to run out to the bench for warm-ups and then sitting on the bench with my phone next to me checking.
See the game winner?
Yeah. Didn't even get to see the game winner.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I'm going to help you, Ryan.
And then you know what the worst part is? NBC gatekeeps all of it. So like you can't get on the internet and watch it.
I will say they did appear to play the game over and over again yesterday in its entirety. I was eating dinner at 6 and it was still playing.
Yeah.
I think they just kept playing it, which they should have.
So I got to watch it with one eye open.
Well, okay, we're going to go in chronological order. So some of this stuff you would have seen before you left the house. So the Kurt Russell montage at the beginning, did you catch this?
No.
Okay, so one of the things I have a little bit of an issue with as an American hockey fan is we're so reliant on 1980, right? They just jam it down our throat. It's the greatest sports story ever, but like it's almost like we can't get the monkey off of our back because nothing can ever be as great as that. And so they did this thing with the montage right when the game starts, Kurt Russell voiceover, who played Herb in the movie, obviously. So you get a little of that feeling, but he's like, this won't be a miracle. This is the clash of the Titans. This is Godzilla against King Kong. And it was just kind of set the stage for me, like, and it ended up feeling a little bit like Miracle, the game itself, because we were hanging on by a thread with Jim Craig, Connor Hellebuyck, yesterday. But and then you heard out of the locker room that Coach Sullivan used the phrase American swagger in the room with the boys beforehand. And all of that was good. All of that was like, okay, this is going to be the next one. You got 60, you got 80, you got 96 World Cup. Honestly, Four Nations in Vancouver and Salt Lake, they don't count. You just knocked at the door. You ordered the food, you didn't eat it, right? But that was an interesting thing that NBC did, which was like, they kind of teed it up like, here it is. It's not going to be a miracle. We also have a great team, which we'll get into. But so that was pretty cool. Did you see the Matt Goldie goal?
Yes.
We're going with Matt Goldie, right? That's that goal. It's funny how like it's already sort of forgotten because Jack Hughes lost all of his teeth and press conferences and partying in Milan. But you're 1-on-2 against Cale Makar, Devin Tays, and you dribble it over them, take the stick away, go 5-hole on the big game goalie Binnington, Abby Murphy, part 2. I mean, what did you think of the Matt Goldie moment from our Minnesota Wild to get us on the board 1-0?
I had a feeling coming into that game he was going to have a big game.
He's a big boy.
He is. He's one of those guys that he's better in big games, and that's rare. That's rare. But the bigger the game, the bigger the stage, the more he wants it. And I think you saw that in the Four Nations. So I pegged him as like the guy that was going to have a good game. And it was like, sure enough, boom, right out of the gates, scores an amazing goal. But dude, if you look at it, well, Makar scored Canada's goal, so it's hard to be critical of him. But like, Boldy should have just been touched. It's a 1-on-2. Like how you play that is you just get a bump on a guy and the other guy comes and gets the puck, right? And like nobody touched Boldy. He did such a good job with the puck and just kind of baiting those guys into trying to make stick plays and took it to the net. And here in Minnesota, we talk about how he just has like that goal scorer's touch. He just knows how goalies move, where the holes kind of are. And he scores a lot of goals where you're like how did it go in? How did he know to shoot there? Like we talk about it all the time.
He's a shootout guy too, right? When you get the breakaway, you're expecting it to go in.
He just knows.
I mean, this was a game with a Connor McDavid breakaway, a Macklin Celebrini breakaway, and a Matt Boldy breakaway. Only one of them went in, right. And it was Matt Boldy. And this three-dimensional thing, I wanted to get your take on this, okay? So Abby Murphy dribbled a puck 3D for the University of Minnesota. She's a gold medalist for the women, which we will get to as well. I think this is going to be a thing, right? This kind of 3D. I mean, he dribbled. He decided to pop the puck up in the air. He bounced it off his stick a couple times. It's funny. We shot something with Abby Murphy the other day, and every single puck putting it in the bag, she would shoot it up and knock it down with her own stick, and which I'm sure you could do back in the day. But is that going to be a thing with these young kids, just like the Michigan has exploded, where it's almost the new sauce pass, right? It's like, well, I can dribble. If I need to get elevated, if there's sticks on the ice, I'm just going to pop it up and bounce it to myself. I think that could be something, 10 years from now, you're seeing a lot more of.
I don't think it's a new play. I don't. But I think what you're saying here is, at least in Minnesota too, and I have to think in other parts of the country, it's the same. The game of lacrosse is growing. Mm-hmm. And then how the kids that play lacrosse as their off-season sport implement some of the skills from that game into the game of hockey. It's starting to show up, and that is the Michigan. That's these different plays like we see the skill influencers have on Instagram and everything else. That play, though, is less about probably the hands, even though it takes great hands. That's about a guy being smart. Like what Boldy realizes is he has speed, and he's probably not going to be able to stick handle the puck through both these defenders.
No.
So how can he do it?
Pop.
Flip it in the air and have a bouncing puck, because it's harder to hit a bouncing puck and predict where it's going to go. But if Boldy keeps skating, he knows if I keep skating.
And taking away the guy's stick afterwards was just amazing.
Great play. So, it's a move that works. And again, a move that's easy to stop if one of those guys just touches. Go back and watch the winning goal and how McKinnon could have had that puck first. And he just stopped. Mm-hmm. And then watch the bump that Werenski has on McKinnon, just send him to the corner, and then that creates the play. I think the U.S. is just a little bit more physically engaged and relied on physicality and U.S. swagger, and I would throw grit in there a little bit, where Canada's big guys wanted it pure skill. That was Makar in that moment. That was McKinnon in that final moment. That was Makar diving at the puck. Werenski made a one-handed play. You see that? Mm-hmm. One-handed play. It almost cost him everything. You talk about a game of inches. That goal, that golden goal, was 1 inch away, or
from going the other way.
A foot stumble from Makar, from being a 2-on-0 Makar McDavid.
And that's nighttime. That's a glass of warm milk. Although this is a good transition to the goaltender. So really, the U.S. they kind of dominated play for about 8 minutes out of 60, right? The rest of the time,
that was the first 8, right?
Yes, and certainly, and I make no apologies for this. We won the game. We'll get into the team, but Connor Hellebuyck, okay, this guy. Somebody said yesterday to me they should give him 2 gold medals, which is amazing. I understand he did not win the MVP of the tournament. I think Huss said that McDavid won the MVP. Is that right? Mm-hmm. That's insane. First of all, we'll get to that, but 2 breakaways. The 5-on-3, the paddle save. I mean, honestly, I think he stacked the pads at one point. I was getting Jim Craig flashbacks. I was looking for the clover leaf on his mask, but it was a bass fish, which is also awesome. His brother was in a bass fishing tournament this weekend, apparently. But I mean, this guy, he is unbelievable. His stats, he was so Hellebuyck goes 1.18 goals against and 0.956 save percentage. The only guy ahead of him was like, Logan played one game, or there was a couple goalies that dipped in for 10 minutes. But what do you got to say about Connor Hellebuyck? I mean, stud. He was our MVP. I mean, he was amazing.
He was a stud. I would say a couple of things. Like, he heard all the noise.
Yeah. Can't win the big one. Get to the playoffs, you suck. You lost in Four Nations. Yeah.
He stuck with it. And the thing I feel about him, and again, he's the one that did it. But I do believe in hockey gods. Like, he put the work in, he stuck with it, and he's getting honored for it right now. He made the paddle save. He made all the other saves. But the quote that stands out to me about Connor Hellebuyck is he said he woke up in the morning and it just felt right. Every step he took felt right. That's what he said.
That's
like,
so
if
good.
you feel that, and it was,
I don't think
everything felt right. And now go back,
ever felt that.
Go back through the game. Like even when something beat him, it was just right.
Oh,
like the one goes over the shoulder and McAvoy's there. McAvoy catches it and throws it down. And
McKinnon misses
on the back door. Never misses.
Just snaps it into the side of the net.
The puck, how many times was like sitting in the slot and it didn't like bounce to somebody for a puck that was, destined for the back of the net. Like, it was just all the hate and all the effort and everything. Like, Connor Hellebuyck was rewarded from the hockey gods for sticking with it, and he earned it. Like, you earn your luck, I think, in those situations, and it wasn't lucky, again, not taking anything away from him, but there was some divine intervention there when it comes to the puck not going in the back of the net.
I also like that you can't tell how old this guy is. He just looks like it's like a random Game of Thrones character mixed in. Yeah. Like, Jack Hughes somehow seems like he's 15 for the rest of his life. He was like Neil Broughton winning the state championship for Roseau. But I think for the University of Minnesota. But I mean, so he was special. I wanted to try
real quick on that, because similar thought, different thread, different like Connor McDavid. I feel bad for this guy. This is my other thought right now. You lose 3 in a row. There's no argument. He's not a bad guy. He's not a villain. But for some reason, like, he's kind of made out to be one, and a lot of people don't want him to win. But imagine this is what I feel for Connor McDavid right now is reality. He was blessed by the hockey gods saying, you have immortal talents. You will be the fastest. You will be the most skilled that has ever played this game. And then on the flip side of this, there's this devilish character that says, but I'm going to put a spell on you that will never allow you to win. Like, and then on top of it, what makes it like dark and sinister is you go to the Olympics. It's Sidney Crosby, who has won absolutely everything. He's beloved everywhere. He is the captain. And in Olympic rules.
And even Americans love Sidney Crosby.
Yes.
But we don't love Connor McDavid, which we're going to get to.
And in Olympic rules, you have to have a captain.
I know.
So now he has to wear the C.
And he doesn't get it.
In the game that the U.S. tops Canada. So the images are of him in the Maple Leaf jersey with the C, like with the long face. So now he's lost back-to-back Stanley Cup championships and the gold medal as the captain in that spot. It's like, how else could something take a dump on this guy? It's like every day he wakes up, there's just bird poop on his head.
There's just an egg cracking on his head. And even the Four Nations makes it weirder, right? Because he wins the Four Nations, he scores the winning goal, but it's almost like it was like
what is the formation? What does it mean now?
I know it's like that was like you were at Coachella and like had a little summer league team that you won. It doesn't carry the same weight. Can I build on what you said though? I watched the lineup when the anthems. Okay, I think the problem Canada has right now is a very Red Army problem. If they win, they experience relief.
Yeah.
When the U.S. wins, they experience joy. Okay. You look at Jack Hughes throwing his helmet, all of their arms around each other when they win it. They know they were outplayed in that game. That doesn't mean they were the better team, I believe. I'll get into why I believe that. But that's a real problem for Canadian hockey right now. These players, if you look at their faces, it reminds me of the new documentary for Miracle where they said, I'm not saying the Soviets enjoyed watching us celebrate, but it reminded them of what it was like to love hockey. There's just a weight on their shoulders. When you win a gold medal or a Stanley Cup and your first emotion is relief, not joy, that is a big problem. That changes how you play. That changes your ability to win. I mean, I think it's a real thing. There's so much expectation. I'm sure that was the most watched television program in the history of Canada, even though it was on at 7 a.m.
And 7 a.m. Central Time.
Yes.
You go Pacific, that's 5 a.m. I already talked to somebody a couple people on the Pacific Coast that were like, yes, I was up at 5 watching.
And I mean, you're absolutely right. He has this weight. We should transition to math.
But there's a deeper thought there.
Okay.
Is
I
he
like this.
I don't know, but is he the leader? And does he show joy in winning? Like he said,
I don't think he is the leader. I think the leader on that team is Macklin Celebrini after Crosby. He's the most like Sid. I hope they don't ruin him. Because if you look at McKinnon, I know McKinnon's won a cup. Unfortunately, we have to play him on Thursday, which is going to be a big problem because I'm sure he's not very happy. But McDavid and McKinnon, there's just these guys that I really hope Celebrini stays. You think of Sid winning the first ever Winter Classic and jumping around in the snow, and he was like this boy wonder that experienced joy. He did lose to Detroit the first time, but he wins it the next year. And he's just been on this path where he can be the best because he didn't carry the weight the way that I feel like McKinnon is just these guys are wound so tight.
McKinnon missing the net was the moment. McKinnon missing that net was the moment I was like, the pressure's too much.
Yeah. Well, and Macklin, I don't think has that. He seems, if I were a Hockey Canada person, I would grab Macklin and I would say, dude, keep being you. Keep making social media with Will Smith. Keep smiling. Keep, doing the beaver tail when you want the puck, no matter who has it. Be joyful. Love the game, and you're going to be so successful you have no idea. Do not put the crown on of Hockey Canada and have your neck go inside of your body because that crown is so heavy. And a few of these guys, you can see it on their face, man. They look like they've been a president for 2 terms.
You know what is frightening though? You learn more from your loss. Like you get better from losses than you do from wins. So the U.S. won, but Canada played well.
Oh, they played great.
And they're going to get better because of this loss. Like McKinnon is going to get better because he missed that net. Think about how frightening that is.
Well, he's a dog. And I don't throw shade on any of these guys. They're the best hockey players in the world, all of these players that were playing. But I did notice something different between Canada's body language and the United States
Everybody felt
body
it.
language.
When did you know that the U.S. was winning that game? Personally, I felt the U.S. was winning the game the moment Canada didn't score on the 5-on-3. Even though they scored shortly after, when you have the talent that Canada has, and you have, 90 seconds? 90 seconds, 5-on-3, and you are Makar, McDavid, McKinnon, and so on, Celebrini. You like, even if they have their second unit out there, it's still good. If you don't score 5-on-3, I think that was the moment the pressure mounted. Like if Canada scores 5-on-3, that game changes entirely. Like Hellebuyck feels different. Everything is different if Canada scores 5-on-3. They do not. Now, all of a sudden, that's the moment, in my opinion, where there was like this belief that the U.S. can do it their way, that they can defend, that Hellebuyck is on, that there are cracks in the armor of the Canadian guys. And yes, there was some relief when Makar scored shortly thereafter, and they continued to stay on the gas, but it never felt like this is Canada's game.
I woke up. I'm not saying I woke up like Connor Hellebuyck, but I thought we were going to win Saturday and Sunday morning. Once the game started, I was back to my normal Minnesota fan. I was terrified the whole time. Carts, this is my favorite team of all teams, Team USA Hockey. And the only way I could describe how I felt watching that game is, when you cry, okay? I don't know the last time you cried. Maybe you were at a funeral, whatever. After you cry, how you feel like you've secreted like all of your emotions out of your body and you just feel exhausted, almost like you have a headache and you want to sleep. That's how I feel watching Team USA play these games, because I'm just waiting to lose 2-1 again. And I'm waiting to go, all of this progress in quotes, the development team, all of this stuff. Well, guess what? We lost 2-1. In Vancouver, we lost 2-1 in the Four Nations, and now we're going to lose 2-1 in Milan Cortino. And so I did not. I just was like, I was there for it, but I didn't know if we were going to win. I thought 3-on-3 overtime might be a problem for us, because I was kind of like, you might see Quinn, Brock, and Boldy go out as our threesome. Like, who are our three guys on? Are you going to put the Kachucks out there? Matthew is a great player, but he's not the best skater, right? I'm like, what does this even look like? McAvoy was out there for a couple 30 seconds before we scored, and I was terrified. I mean, these guys are turning pucks over. I'm thinking 3-on-3, Makar, Celebrini, McDavid, McKinnon. Like, we're dead man walking with this format. And then we end up, Jack Hughes is that type of player, a 3-on-3 guy. So is Quinn. But I never thought we were going to win once the game started. I didn't think we were going to lose for sure, but I was not expecting. So you thought once the 5-on-3 was dead, we're like, we got this?
This game, that's the moment
that is
the US
awesome.
won.
That is awesome. I did not have that feeling.
So, say a similar thought, 3-on-3 OT. I didn't think, like, in bounces they can occur at any point in time and end a game in overtime. But 3-on-3, I felt it gave the U.S. a chance. Like, it was Canada, 5-on-5. And 3-on-3, like, it changes a little bit. And I do think Canada's body language changed 3-on-3. They got aggressive. It was about, like, scoring. And they weren't willing to, like, be patient with it. So in overtime, I think if it's 5-on-5, I think there's a good chance Canada won that game. But 3-on-3 gave the U.S. a chance because there's open ice and some of the skill guys in Canada got aggressive a little bit. And I was sitting there, Brent Borgen, a guy that coaches the Marauders, said the same thing. He goes, I said to him, I was like, well, I can't believe a gold medal game will go to 3-on-3. He goes, but it gives the U.S. a fighting chance. They've been defending the last 45 minutes. Like 3-on-3, open ice, they've at least got a chance to make a play. And sure enough, it was, a minute 45 in and it was over?
Yeah, and the face-off thing is. It's so funny. Wes Walls has talked about face-offs for a decade, and I always kind of rolled my eyes a little bit. I was like, is this overrated maybe? But you look at when the U.S. played well for about 8 minutes, Trocheck was winning. He won 3 in a row at one point. And then we just stopped winning face-offs, and we were losing every draw. Canada has the puck. You can't get it back from them. Even that overtime 3-on-3, it's sort of like a Super Bowl coin toss, right? In overtime with the old rules. It was like, if we lose the face-off in this 3-on-3, Olechek said it, we may not even get the puck and the game's over, but there was a lot of back and forth in that overtime. Even though it was short, there were a lot of guys coughing up pucks, a lot of different changes of who had it and who was making the rush. But
I think the excitement of a golden goal, like the excitement, think about that.
The golden goal.
Think about that. You're 3-on-3 on the ice with an unbelievable opportunity. That's why we love Kirill Kaprizov, because like he's made for that moment. Imagine that. You're like, I will be regarded as a national hero for the rest of my days if I score.
And let's get into this.
It's hard not to focus on that and be like, let's just play hockey. Right?
So
like,
let's talk about Jack Hughes
and him sitting.
Losing his teeth.
Well, I want to, real quick, before all this, he scored that goal the night prior. And actually, you could go further back. He scores this goal the night prior. When he's sitting there, did you see the interview? Where he's talking about how he can hear because they're sharing beds, or not sharing beds, but sharing a room.
Oh, and he says,
Quinn's tossing and turning.
He says, I'm imagining myself.
And
scoring.
Quinn says, are you sleeping? And Jack says, no. And Quinn says, what are you thinking about? And Jack says, I'm thinking about scoring the game-winning goal tomorrow. And Quinn says, me too.
Yeah.
They're sitting. Good. That's when that goal was scored.
And they're in foot pajamas, right?
Yeah.
Matching.
Zip up in the middle.
Zip up. Race car pads.
Yeah.
I'm
like
sure
a smooth bottom so they can go down carpet stairs really fast.
Yeah, the IOC took care of that. So Jack, okay. The helmet toss is awesome. It's actually a parallel. So when we lost in Vancouver, I was right behind the net when they scored, and Crosby's glove went over the boards, and it was like this national controversy to find his glove and get it back. So we don't know if, I guess maybe Huss can look and see, but it seemed like Jack threw his helmet into the upper deck. You thought maybe it twisted back onto the ice, like he hooked it?
Yeah.
Did you see it land on the ice?
No, I didn't see it land. It's a close-up shot, the one that I saw, but it looked like he curled it. He threw it like over his left shoulder. I don't think he tossed it in the stands.
That's an absolute souvenir if he didn't. But this interview after...
bloody chin strap?
First of all, losing your teeth, and you're like basically Justin Bieber. So he's like the eternally young, good-looking Tate McRae boyfriend guy, and he loses his teeth. He's got blood all over his mouth, and he gives this interview, and it was Neil Broughton after the national championship. You know, I'm so happy. He was just like, I'm proud to be an American. I love my country. This is a brotherhood. We love each other. And every question she asked him, she could have said, like, what do you think about climate change or anything? He'd be like, I just love my country. I'm proud to be an American. It's a brotherhood. It was electric. I mean, he and when someone pointed out to me, when he hugged every player on the team, he would set his head on their chest, you know, almost like their little brother. So these Hughes boys, I tell you what, Quinn with 8 points to lead the American team, Jack with 7 points, 15 points for Team Hughes, including our own Minnesota Wild player. Quinn smiled, Ryan. When he got his gold medal, the smile heard around the world. He smiled briefly and then back to being Quinn, but that was notable as well.
Jack Hughes, these are my tidbits on Jack Hughes. Jack Hughes didn't talk about Jack Hughes at all.
Never. He never said
Jack
the word
Hughes.
I. No.
Jack Hughes is an American. He talked about the country. He talked about how proud he was. He talked about U.S. brotherhood. And then you know what else he did after that? He went out and said, you know who's a winner? Austin Matthews.
Yep.
You know who was the best player in the world today? Connor Hellebuyck.
Yep.
Like, this guy is like U.S. Secret Service. Like, he protects the guys in there. And then at the same time, like, he's the leader. Like, he's the guy that's like, I believe, let's go.
Did you see the neck vein popping when he would talk? He had this straight neck vein that would come out of his neck. He was so emotional in that interview that I was like, this is amazing. Like, I don't even know what's happening right now. But
so Jack Hughes is like, he's like Secret Service. He's like a Navy SEAL because you want him on the special mission. He takes care of everybody else. I think just the way that he plays and the way that he carried himself was enlightening. He had a moment. I think, and Quinn talking about it too, where he's 24. Nobody's understood how tough it's been for him, having 2 shoulder surgeries, the
first overall pick,
battle back through that, and then to all of a sudden have the fortitude to become the guy that takes the game of hockey from Canada and win the gold medal, to go into Canada and take their Tate McRae and, you know, their superstar,
took their girl, took their game,
and said, let's go home.
Yeah, and also there's a parallel where he's kind of he's the Patty Kane type player, you know, a player that wasn't on the roster but has been the most all-time leading scorer.
So we need to keep Jack Hughes out of Canada for a while. Let's protect him a little bit, right? Like,
well, let's get into that. Okay, so Hellebuyck is going back to Winnipeg. How are you? Austin Matthews is going to Toronto. You know, Kyle Connor is going to be in Winnipeg as well. What do you think that's like? So starting lineup, whenever it is, Wednesday in Winnipeg.
I bet he gets a standing O.
You think that would be really classy if that happened?
I bet he gets a standing ovation.
That's amazing. I'm going to keep my
he's their goalie, and that's what they want from him. Like he's been that for them.
They're like, show us that one more time, sometime down the road here. Okay, I like that. I hope you're right. Can we do Austin?
And I'm curious to watch the Leafs coming out of this.
Yes. So I want to ask about Austin. So what a fascinating hockey player. Okay, he's the captain. Obviously, he came out of the desert like a weed breaking through the sidewalk, right? An unlikely hockey story, Austin Matthews. So I watched this guy. He plays a 200-foot game. He really does. Austin Matthews had 7 points. Okay, he was the second leading scorer with Jack on our hockey team, and I think he suffers from the same. It's like a Thomas Vanek. I think Kirill gets this a little bit in this market where people watch him and go, he's got quiet points, or is he doing enough? I was surprised even watching the game with American fans. People like to pick at Austin Matthews and kind of, has he been great? If he's supposed to be our McKinnon, McDavid, McCarr, has he stood out enough? And I felt it when they were at that press conference, and at the press conference, even after the Jack Hughes interview, they both said, both the Hughes brothers were like, anybody who says Austin Matthews isn't a winner, well, he's wearing a gold medal right now. And then Quinn chimed in and was like, hey, Toronto media, that means you.
Yeah, and they're like, and he was our captain.
Yeah, he was our captain. And there were moments where I was totally.
That's why that team won.
I was fine with him being the captain because he's the best. He's like like you said, the chosen one from the gods kind of thing. This is a kid from Arizona that ends up being like an amazing hockey talent. He has that McDavid sort of aura, right, coming from him. So good for you, Austin Matthews. Pablo Escobar got us a victory. So
my favorite part of that whole sequence is I saw a zoomed in video of it where Quinn Hughes is sitting there drinking a Corona, which he
says another one,
which you can get at Cub Foods, and he says one more. You can get Corona and these beers at Cub Foods. What else can you get from there?
Well, if you were like me, you would go to Cub Foods if you had a 7 a.m. start CST, that's Central Time. You would go over to Cub, you get some gluten-free waffles, you get some sausage and bacon because you can never have too many meats. You'd make an egg bake with hash browns on the bottom. There is cottage cheese mixed into great egg bakes. I know that sounds gross, but it's actually amazing. I would do the fruit so that you feel good about yourself. You can get the mimosas and the champagne at the liquor store. Cub Foods has everything you need to be a patriot, a great American, a great Wild fan, and a great sports fan. So check out Cub and shop happy. That's a great tagline, how we feel today, Mr. Carter. Also your ad read.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think Americans, they're feeling strong, proud, hard, gritty.
A good foundation.
Yeah, they're gritty. They're feeling gritty right now. But one thing you don't want feeling gritty is your silverware, probably like your hair, your dishes. Mine. This is why I'm maybe the best to endorse Aquarius Home Services. Dishwasher. All the dishes coming out were gritty.
No,
they're gritty. Like you can feel it. Like. You go to the refrigerator and you get the ice from the refrigerator, and then like one cube falls down to the tray, and you're like, I'm just gonna leave that little shard for a little bit. We would have that drop, and we could see that the water was hard. I call my friend Derek at Aquarius Home Services last week on like Wednesday. He's like, hey, I'll come over Thursday, Friday. Comes over, checks it out. I said, I don't know what's going on. Like the dishwasher, I think the dishwasher's broken. He goes, I think I know what that is. If it wasn't there before and it is after, your water softener's probably not working. Goes downstairs, he tests the water free of charge. You get a free water test with Aquarius Home Services. He goes, sure enough, your water's hard, your softener's not working. Goes in there, visits the truck, gets his supplies, fixes the water softener, all in an hour or two. I've got problems at home with my water, hard water, lots of iron in it, but they're always there to save me. My man Derek is respectful. He always lets me know when he's coming. I get a text message, wears his booties, respects the house, respects our time, and gets the job done right.
He's your Jack Hughes.
He's my Jack Hughes.
Yeah, he's got you.
Yeah. Aquarius Home Services, earning the right to be recommended. They're just a click away, aquariushomeservices.com.
Great job. Let's do a couple macro things before we get into some of the Goudreau stuff and the post-game celebration. So you have to be fascinated about this. Our penalty kill. You were a PK guy. 100% PK. Mm-hmm. By the way, Brock.
I have a thought on that. But
Brock, +7. Thank you, Mr. Faber. 2 posts, by the way, yesterday. Wierenski, +8.
I don't think that goal would have counted. I actually want to know that. If you go back and look.
Offsides or?
No. So Gensel tipped it.
Yeah,
but Gensel tipped it with like the hand movement going out, and it was off his glove.
Oh, okay.
I think it's possible it counts, but I also think it's possible that they would have, Canada, or maybe could have been reviewed. It didn't go in, so it doesn't matter, but I'm curious how that would have been ruled.
Why was our penalty kill so good? I think Miller was out there a ton.
Why was our penalty kill so good? The
100%.
defense was good. I think that the thing you have to take from this and Four Nations and the previous gold medals is the score. What's the score of these games?
Low.
2-1. Defense wins.
Defense wins.
Brock Faber being +7 is great. Don't get me wrong. But that's an endorsement on just how good defensively they were as a team. And the guys bought into the PK. They have some of the best players in the world killing penalties, and they had Connor Hellebuyck, the best goaltender in the world. So the PK is going to be good. And I'm not taking, again, like those guys went out and did the work. And it is not easy to defend, 5-on-3, 5-on-4 versus these guys. So PK 100% terrific. John Hines was running it. Credit to him, credit to Faber, and everybody that touched that PK. But the thing that I really dislike about this is the people, and it needs not be said, when somebody jumps on the socials after and says, the PK validated why Cole Caulfield and why Jason Robertson weren't on the Olympic team, why Vinny Trocheck and JT Miller made this. The team won. We don't have to give our assessment on was the team the right team that was picked.
That's already been decided.
They won. It was established the moment that they won. If you don't win, then you can have some criticism on some choices being made. But yeah, there was always a plan, and always I think. Roles were considered in the plan. And yeah, they put guys in situations to have success. That's good coaching. That's good management. And they got the desired result. It was a good PK. But I just don't like the people jumping on saying it, like feeling that they have to validate Vinny Trocheck, because in some ways when somebody says they have to validate something, it means that there's noise somewhere that it's not validated. Like they won. Bill Guerin, Sullivan, Hines, and company, they picked the right team. They won. It was the right team.
I completely agree. And what happens so quickly is a lot of things. I'm going to use this opportunity to go after every Canadian I know for the next 3 days. I don't think this game should be about that, because it was just a wonderful hockey game. Even Boucher said on the bench, he said they stopped. There's no chirping anymore. No one's saying anything anymore. They're just playing. Once we got to that second and third period, they were in one, right? Somebody's going to win the gold and somebody's going to have a stuffed animal, and we're going to figure it out right here. So I completely agree. Like, don't go online and be talking about Robertson or Caulfield or even I hope it doesn't get too politicized as well.
That's certain to happen.
I just don't like that. Like, everyone wants to take this thing, don't turn Jack Hughes into a campaign poster, whatever party it is. Just let it be a great American moment for everyone. With as divided as everyone is today, we don't need that. Just let it be just a great moment, that everyone can take part of in the country. I hope that that's the case, and it doesn't really matter anyway, because it was a great moment, so no one can ruin it. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
You talk about the ratings out of this, because we're talking about the men's game, and there were a lot of eyeballs on it.
I got some numbers for you. I think. Yeah. Okay, so Vancouver, now this was time change was way better than Milan. 27.6 million people watched the U.S. Vancouver, the golden goal from Crosby. That's a huge number, huge. Just for context, Four Nation gold medal game, 16.6 million. Okay,
which was a record.
Big number. The girls' game, U.S.-Canada, did 5.3. At times had 7.7 million people watching. That's the highest all time for a women's game. I'm very interested. These ratings haven't come out. They'll come out later today for this game. The time is very weird, right? Like 7 a.m., 5 a.m. to
But I
your
think it
point.
helped.
I'm just very curious what we're going to see here. Are we going to see a Four Nations number? Are we going to see 30 million? Like, I don't know.
We see 30.
I would
If
love
you have to bet, what are you betting?
I think the time change is real. I don't know.
I
I
think it
hope
helps.
so. Well, the whole idea is inspiring the next generation, right? And so I hope it's a boxcar number. I hope it's an Olympic number, not a Four Nations number, because, 60 made 80. Right, 80 made the World Cup dudes. This could bring the next superstars that we're watching when we're really have the TV trays out. I'm drooling into the TV tray from this group, the kids that were inspired by Jack and Quinn Hughes and the Kachuk. So it'd be interesting to see. That's a big bar there, 27.6. The Canadian numbers, that was the most watched television show in the history of Canada. The Vancouver game back then. I'm sure the same for yesterday, but it'll be interesting to see what those ratings come in at.
Yeah, so with more eyeballs on it, there's been more for us probably to reflect on, and we had our eyes on that, watched the women's gold medal game too, so I want to throw a bouquet to the women's game and to women's hockey because that game was equally as good.
I got notes on that as well.
Yeah. Keller, the way she finishes that game.
That's a poster. I mean, also very interesting. So
Abby Murphy's back check.
The back check heard around the world. So the
Taylor Heise's outlet pass, you go on.
Heise, great passing the whole tournament, feeding Murphy. So the U.S. brought a young team. They brought the kids, I think 7 or 8 college players, including this Layla Edwards, who's an excellent player that switched to defense for the tournament, which is insane. But one thing that was interesting about the U.S. women's game, once they got to 3-on-3, man, they went with the old ladies, the OGs. You had Hillary Knight score the tying goal.
Yeah.
The all-time leading scorer, the flag bearer last night, just got engaged at the Olympics. And then Keller, I mean, they were, I know Murphy had the back check in overtime, Heise had the pass, but they did exactly what you said you thought the
Canada
men
needed.
Yes. They basically said, KK Harvey, you're our best defenseman. Layla Edwards, you're a superstar. I don't care that you're 18. We're gonna play the crap out of you. Abby Murphy, you're with Taylor Heise and do your thing. And you still got contributions big time from the older generation, but they were able to flip. Last time we've been old in the past. The U.S. women have made the same mistake because women's hockey has a little bit of this hierarchy, right? Where it's sort of like, oh, you guys are the Olympians. You're the Mount Rushmore women. And everyone's so scared to offend anybody that you can have teams roll into the Olympics and it's not the best players because of the idea of what that player was before. We took a New England Patriots mentality this year where it was like, we're bringing the best team. We don't care if it's 8 college kids. This is the team that's built to win. They beat Canada 7 times in a row. I mean, they had the whole rivalry series. They must have got them once before that. They had a couple in the tournament. Absolutely awesome for the ladies. Also we had all these Frost players, right? Kendall Coyne, Panic. You had Zumwinkle, you had Britta Curl, you had Heise, you had Steckline. I mean, so cool. Such a nice Minnesota tie to both these victories. Really, 1, 2, 9 players on both teams.
The thing that was different about the women's tournament is everybody knew it was coming down to Canada, U.S. In the men's tournament, they thought it was coming down, and it was great that both Canada and the U.S. required overtime wins to advance in the men's tournament. The women's tournament played out like we thought, Canada, U.S., and, the U.S. had beat up Canada pretty good in the preliminary rounds. So what was the gold medal game going to be like? And it was obviously great and one for the ages, and the way it finished was outstanding. But I think that the women's win probably does more for the growth of the game of hockey than maybe the men's game does. And I'm encompassed with it all the time. But the girls, when they went to the rink the couple of days after, and how excited they were for the women's team, and watching Layla Edwards and
KK Harvey,
watching
Murphy,
Abby Murphy,
Taylor Heise,
and these are girls that are accessible to these young athletes. Like my daughter's, like half of my 10U team has Abby Murphy's signature on their White Bear Lake jersey because they wore it to a Gopher game, and now they're watching her win gold medals, and
I think that team, for so many Americans, that was kind of our ride or die. I actually think people were more invested in that women's team, and the guys were almost this bonus. Like, hey, we have to win. It's U.S. women's time to get over the hump. We've won gold before, but this is like, we're better. We need to not stumble. We can't have this pull in.
Yeah, and the women's game, I think, was less about winning a gold medal. It was more about establishing that U.S. women's hockey
is dominant.
Yes.
And it was the whole tournament.
Because you can't say that the U.S. has taken the torch from Canada on the men's game and said, we are now like your favorite, your betting favorite in every tournament from here on out. But the women's game is that way, I think, now.
It is. And I think the whole country was, they really, it's recency bias, right? Because they won the gold, a week ago. And now, we're just on the heels of the men winning, but it was just as special and absolutely awesome. One thing I hope happens, Carts, I don't know if we can make this happen, but they got to do an event in like Rice Park. I don't know how you do this, but you need Quinn, Brock, Boldy, Kendall, Panic, Grace, Steckline, Heise, Britta Curl, someplace where kids can come and see the gold medals and get autographs, kind of that Stanley Cup experience. Mm-hmm. I hope that happens somewhere here in Minnesota between the two teams. I'm sure they're all exhausted after Milan, but it seems like a missed opportunity if we don't, Ryan Carter bringing the cup back to White Bear Lake after you won in Anaheim. What's the Olympic equivalent of that? There's only so many people that are going to meet an airplane at the airport or whatever, but like, what's the equivalent of, putting the gold medal around a young girl's neck and taking a picture with them? I hope something like that happens in Rice Park or wherever with this contingency of wild players, and including Billy and Hines and all these people. So
all right.
It was awesome.
Let's do a couple of quick hits because I think we could elaborate on all these. But Mrs. Hughes deserves a lot of credit.
Yeah, she's
physically for the work that she did with the women's team, and I saw something about this too. Genetically for giving us the Quinn Hughes boys.
Thank you, guys.
Let's give her an honorary medal, should we?
Yes.
Okay.
She's involved with USA Hockey player development. They win gold. Her two boys are the leading scorers in the on the men's side, 15 points between them. So, yes, thank you, Mama and Papa Hughes.
The most hockey thing ever is traveling across the world to play your next door neighbor. Like, you think about it, all the tournaments that we play in as parents where you're like, let's drive up to Roseau just to play Stillwater if you're from White Bear. Like, it's funny.
We're in Milan to play Canada, yeah. Like, we could have just gone to Winnipeg.
Youth hockey thing all the time, right? Yeah. Let's buy futures in Brock Nelson's son when it comes to winning a gold medal.
Yep. Yeah. Does he have a son?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so it's probably going to be like 20, what would it be? I don't even know. So, yeah, that's good. The symmetry was amazing. 2/22 is the day the U.S. beat the Russians. 2/22, we beat the new Red Army Canada and their sad faces. And then you got the Brock family, 60-80, the Nelson family, and then now Brock. Related, did you see when Sid was in the silver medal line? And because he's got the gray hair now, the salt and pepper, and Crosby was in uniform in the silver medal line, and he just had this look like he was talking to Marchand, and he was like the hockey dad of Canada. And when your dad would say, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed, which was way worse. It just was, I was like, oh shit, man. If you're McKinnon, Makar, and then Sid just pops in and is like, hey, how did it go? Oh, okay. You didn't win. Okay. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed.
With that, I think in time, those players will become proud of that silver medal. It doesn't feel like it right now, but watching the other events at the Olympics and seeing the joy of people when they just medal and to win a silver medal, it stings right now for Canada. But you still look at Sid's trophy case. There's a silver medal in it. You know, like it's still pretty darn good.
Stuffed animals.
Stuffed animals. I wish I knew what it meant. Does anybody know?
And the fact that it comes after the medals is just so. A guy I was watching with knew this was going to happen. I guess you had noticed it in the women's the celebration, and you thought, oh, I remember you were thinking, is this just for the girls?
They just handed these out to the women. I said to my wife, I said, this is terrible. They have to give us to everybody, and thankfully they did.
And so the guy I was watching it with, one of them, he knew this was going to happen. He's like, hey, watch this. And we're like, what? He's like, they're about to hand stuffed animals to everyone. And we're like, what? And that McKinnon shot that's gone viral where he gets it and he looks at it like, what the hell is this? And then they pan down to the next guy and you see him register that it's like an Italian stuffed animal from the Olympics. And he just shakes his head like, are you kidding me? Like, are you? I mean, it's so, they got to get rid of that tradition. At least that just can't be a thing. You can't hand someone a stuffed animal after they. Can you imagine you had a peace treaty after a war, and you just are like, "Hey, here's your stuffed animal." So that was tough. The Goudreau stuff. Did you happen to see? So the you got Werenski played with them in Columbus. So many
grab his sons.
Obviously, Matthew was in Calgary with him a long time, but the jersey, of course. The shot of the parents when they saw the boys with the jersey and they just, I mean, the grief, right, on their faces and then bringing the two kids into the team photo. I mean, this was like all over the state of hockey. People, grown men were taking a knee or saying their allergies were bugging them because that was just, I mean, it's still sad. Right. It's like, even though it's happy, it's like you can't fix that terrible event, but credit to the team for including that brother.
Jack Hughes talked about it too. It's a brotherhood.
Yeah. I mean, it is. It's like he's still with them, and they're taking care of his family. And it was amazing. I wanted to get your take on a couple more things and we'll get into DJ Damon, but it's funny. Canadian people are saying, there's been some phone calls and stuff, and I've been hearing from people, well, we had we were the better team yesterday. And I take issue with that. I think the flowers for Billy Guerin, okay, Billy Guarantee. The team is a very interesting word. I think we were the better team yesterday in terms of the connectedness, the staying in the village. So
did Canada not stay in the village?
They did not. They stayed in the Four Seasons or whatever. So they were in Four Nations together, essentially the same team except for a couple guys. So these guys have eaten, just take the Plymouth, Michigan stuff out of it. These guys have had dinner together 40 times. They've played cards together 40 times. A couple of them are brothers, sets of brothers, right? A lot of them played in college together. They were a family. You saw it in the anthem with the arms around each other. And I think they were a team, a hockey team. And I think for whatever reason, Canada was an all-star team. And I think the team won yesterday. So I really could Canada have won 5-1 yesterday? Absolutely. If a lot of things didn't go our way. But as far as being a better team,
I think when somebody says Canada was the better team, you just say, sure. Yeah, they were.
We'll take the gold.
Yeah, you're right. That makes it hurt even more, because there wants to be an argument. Like they need to be able to validate it. You just say, you're right. And then just walk away. Like, that stings more. Like, just you can't give any credence to it. Just be like, yeah, this. Yeah.
Can I do a couple quick hits?
Yeah, I got a couple more yet too.
There was a brief moment when Tom Wilson was killing everyone. Did you happen to see this before he went to the rink? He got Dylan Larkin. He got another guy. It was like we were running for our lives for a minute. But you thought overall the U.S. was a harder team. Little bumps, Werenski, reverse check, whatever it took. You thought physicality-wise, in the end, we were playing harder.
Yeah,
because
physicality isn't running around hitting guys.
Yeah,
I've been like saying this whenever I can. Physicality doesn't mean Tom Wilson. Watch the bump that Werenski gives to McKinnon to separate just a little bit to get the room to give the pass. Not even anger. Just bump, come through me. If Canada just bumps Matt Boldy, just a bump, not physical, not hard, not punch you in your face, not face wash you, not try to put you in the bench, bump. That's physical. I think the U.S. team was just more engaged in like physical little bumps and plays, and where Canada wanted to wind the skill up. The U.S. was just still like, and to the point that you were making about being a better team, the U.S. was the better team because they were more committed to doing what they had to do to win. And I think the U.S. had to defend a lot, and that's not what they wanted to do. But they had to rely on their goaltender. They defended. They stayed D-side. They gave up a couple of grade A's, which, they'd love to have back. Canada's got the skill. They made that happen. But collectively, the U.S. stuck with defending, and they didn't leave it. They stuck with a grittiness to their game, and it paid off in the end.
I had that in my 23 things. Defense wins championships. I felt like Canada had a Ferrari and we had an F-150. We were built from the back,
and the game got muddy.
Yeah, and I think it's very promising for the Wild as well. I mean, this is a team with a great D-core as well. That was the bet, right? Is
the F-150 better or is the Ferrari better?
Yeah, you're not going to score 4 against this team, so can we get 2? I thought we had to get 3 to win.
Yeah.
And because once you were under 3, it was like, I don't know, man. But so I the F-150 for sure. What else you got? We'll go back and forth for these last couple.
Yeah. Drink more whiskey.
Oh, that was an awesome
Drink more whiskey.
That was a great quote. So that was who said that?
Even if
Sullivan said that?
Yeah. So there are whiskey drinkers and there are milk drinkers.
Yes.
And we have a group of whiskey drinkers. And dude, hockey is taking the stage. And I'm not endorsing going out and whatever. Like, don't take this away from it. But team sports are superior, and hockey, I think, has proved this the last 2 winters. The eyeballs that want to watch a team succeed, and the stories are better when they do it together. Jack Hughes, the brotherhood, my country, and for this, and we came together, and he's the best player, and that guy's a winner. And then going out and celebrating. Like, how about the hockey teams, both men's and women's, just out having a time? Like, hockey has built this culture where it's like, we are athletes, we are going to give our absolute best. We're going to have our bodies prepared. We understand that what goes in comes out. But once we accomplish, it's whiskey.
Yeah, someone's going to be in a fountain somewhere.
Exactly.
This, it's funny, the quote. So, scout for Boston, Jamie Langenbrunner, he would always say this when I would talk to him, the whiskey and milk guys. And I think it's a known thing with scouts. That's how they describe someone.
That's character and characters.
Yeah, right. And
really
so, but he sent me this note because I had seen the quote and I sent it to Jamie saying, I've heard this somewhere before. And he said, this team was a cast of characters. He said, you got the Hughes brothers family. You got the Tkachuk brothers family. You got Hellebuyck, never played AAA, hardworking family, plays in the Null, makes it through Lowell. McAvoy, son of a plumber, Long Island, New York. Keller, father dies. Kid hardly plays in the tournament, but is the ultimate teammate. Larkin, Michigan kid, ultimate teammate, player, lots of big goals. He's like the Gaudreau family dealing with tragedy. He's like, this is, we made a movie yesterday. If you look at that group of people and, character and characters, we certainly had both.
Friends of the program, Taylor Heise, Grace Zumwinkle.
Congratulations.
They're siblings.
Cake pops all around.
They're the, and I just got to follow on social, but they are the Hughes brothers or the Tkachuk brothers of the women's team, always together, tight, rooming together, like every photo, one flag wrapping the both of them,
and you feel like you're
there.
going with them, right? It's like, I'll see my wife and go, hey, do you see Taylor and Grace met that figure skater with the striped hair?
Yeah, you feel like you met her.
I know. I'm like, yeah, that was cool.
Now I know that figure skater.
That was fun. Yeah, she's a vibe. That was cool. Hey, this is probably unlikely we can connect on this, but if we can, it's amazing. So you're a dad of only daughters. I have my daughter getting married this fall. They ran this commercial the entire Olympics with the dad in the car with the bride. Have you seen this?
No.
Oh man, it just made it even worse. So it was a father and his daughter. The whole thing's completely insane. By the way, his daughter is driving the car on her wedding day for some reason in her wedding dress, and her dad is sitting in the passenger side outside of the ceremony. They're about to go into the ceremony. And the dad is playing essentially a highlight video of her life as a child on the screen in the car, which no dad would ever be able to figure out how to do. But so during this game, which is already emotional, they keep playing this video of the father telling his daughter life happens fast and you're about to walk down the aisle together with me. And so somebody listening to this podcast is going to get a kick out of that, because that was piling on. As far as I was concerned, I'm like, listen, I'm already on the ropes here. I don't need this wedding commercial, as ridiculous as it might be, every 5 minutes. So you're going to see it. Now that I've said it, you're going to see it, and it's going to choke you up a little bit. What else you got?
This, I wasn't aware of this. Surprised me. I actually, some of the stuff I don't know how to fact check it or validate it. But the coaches don't get gold medals.
Yeah.
No medals for the coaches.
Yep.
No medals. Like, we've been down the hallway at Bill Guerin's house.
He's got a lot of stuff.
But there won't be a GM gold medal there.
No.
It's reserved for the athletes.
Now, they did get one for Herb.
In some ways, yeah, that's true.
They went back and got it, but think of how crazy it would be. I talked to my wife about this too. So every coach of every figure skater.
That's what I said. That's where I was going with it.
It would be like 700.
There are coaches to every single athlete there.
Multiple.
That's why at first I was like, dude, how are the coaches not getting a medal? And then you start to think about it. There are coaches to bobsledders, to skiers, to figure skaters.
Some figure skaters had multiple coaches, right? I mean, it would be, and then you got trainers, and that would be like, it wouldn't even be a big deal to win a gold medal at that point. I thought it was interesting.
I think USA Hockey's got it. I don't know what happens, but they deserve like a special ring or something. Like, they don't get a gold medal. They deserve like a gold ring. Where only they get it. Like, that's their memento, for what they were able to accomplish over in Milan.
It does make it cool. They said on the broadcast only 37 American men had ever won a gold medal in hockey. 17 and 60, 20 and 80. And now this group. So it does make it special that it's that hard, but I completely, get Jostens on that. Get these guys some big,
right? Something.
Get Billy a pinky ring or something.
Let's go get a GoFundMe going or something.
Get Heinz one.
And let's raise a bunch of money, and we'll design what we can give them. I'm sure there already something in play.
You open it up, Snoop Dogg's in there, all kinds of stuff. It would be great. This was another
stuffed animal pops up.
Another subplot. So supposedly the team was supposed to leave on a flight right after the game, which is insane, by the way. Like, that wasn't really going to happen, was it? That, by the way, is just poor planning. But there's this huge.
Well, if you lose, you're out. So
true. If you lose, you're out.
This happened to me in World Championships. Like, we played Russia. Russia lost. It was like single file into the hotel, single file out. They left right away. We stuck around.
I'm sure Canada flew out yesterday, but you're not. I mean, I thought that was just weird to begin with. There's this huge storm on the Northeast right now. So I think Milan probably burned last night. I think I don't know that the ski goggles ever came off of our team, and they were all. I mean, I watched a lot. Did
you see the Tirico interview with the Hughes brothers in Hellebuyck?
I heard at the closing ceremony, right? And they were gone. Somebody said that. I didn't see it yet. The problem is everybody posts this stuff on social, and because it's NBC, it's gone by the time you click on the link.
Yeah.
And but the other thing I heard, I hope this is true. They were going to fly to New York, but I think they have to fly to Miami now because of the weather. So I don't know. I think I wore this elbow room hat today because I think
Matthew's going to take him someplace.
If you don't play for a couple days, even if you do, if you're Brady and you land in Miami with Matthew, like you're out and about, aren't you? For we'd be 2 days instead of one. I mean, you're going to party a little bit, aren't you? My son lives in Fort Lauderdale. I was like, hey, keep your eyes on the elbow room. You might be catching a gold medal off the balcony, with a Coors Light squirt gun. But yeah, I'll be interested to see how this little party snakes its way through Milan and I guess Miami, if I'm hearing right. Do we think that the trade deadline is the 6th?
Roster freeze was lifted last night at midnight.
I know, and we've built some pretty strong connections here. I'm very interesting. I got a text from a buddy. He said, someone tell Jack Hughes the best dentists are in Minnesota. But I mean, I don't know, like, I still have kind of this Brady Tkachuk fantasy in my head. Like, I don't know what's possible, but I kind of hope somehow this USA Hockey Brotherhood benefits the Wild even more than it has. Maybe some of these guys want to keep it going, and we end up with. I don't want to mess up our team as
somebody's going to have themselves a year,
yeah,
where they win a gold medal, and win a Stanley Cup,
yeah,
and it's going to be the best sporting year of their life.
Yeah, they're going to just be. They'll probably get a hole in one too at some point, right?
And you just hope that it's at minimum 3 Americans.
Yeah, I know. It was very.
No other team had 3 Americans on their team, right? No.
No. I mean, you had Tampa and Florida had a lot of players, but not American.
But only one team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was a great tournament as a Wild fan. I mean, this is a Wild podcast. We do have Canadian players on the Wild. We do have Russian players on the Wild, all the things, but I mean, at the end of the day,
we'll see what happens. I actually think you have to be careful. Mistakes can be made when you make them emotionally, So you almost have to let the excitement. There's only 1 week, but you have to let the excitement settle and make good decisions. It'd be easy to be like, and obviously this is just a pipe dream, but. And I actually saw reports that were saying that New Jersey's going to shake things up and make a substantial trade to wake up their roster. So let's just play this out.
We do have really good dentists. I mean,
really good dentists.
Like Minneapolis St. Paul magazine, they do an annual list of the top dentists.
But just imagine what you'd have to give up to get Jack Hughes now. And it would be exciting. Like, it would be the most exciting. But would it be the best move and give you the best chance to win? It's hard to know without giving something up, but you have to imagine that right now, Jack Hughes' value is higher than give me another player that didn't play in that gold medal game. That's dynamite, like
Kucherov.
Yeah, right. Like, it's higher than Kucherov right now.
Yeah, and Kucherov had the most points ever last month. He was on fire.
Yeah,
because it's about recency bias. It's about clicks.
You have 1 week. You have 1 week.
Yeah, you basically just had a hit single.
So I don't know, but
yeah, and I love our room. I love
like something's happening.
But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's not that much time. I mean, March 6th is right around the corner. That's before the end of the boys' tournament. I mean, this is like 10 days away. So it'll be interesting to see how this all shakes out.
Hey, don't sleep on our buddy DJ Damon here either. This episode was because hockey fans were treated with a tremendous couple of games between Canada and the U.S. on the men's side and the women's side. But again, we were afforded an opportunity to sit down with DJ Damon Hunt as he was getting back into the swing here in St. Paul. This was a fun episode.
And this was recorded during the Canadian semifinal.
Yes.
So he took one for the team, proud Canadian, Damon Hunt. He says he feels as sick to his stomach watching Team Canada as we do watching Team USA. So great interview. What a stud. Just a stallion, a clothes horse, fashion guy, music guy. I mean, he's a cool customer. So it was great to spend time with him really on a day he didn't need to do it. So
we're going to try to get a set from DJ Damon. You'll know what that means if you don't in a minute, but Damon Hunt, here he is.
All right. This interview, like all of our interviews, is sponsored by Duke Cannon. Earn your clean. Go get their body washes, the colognes. Cologne's making a huge comeback. Get the hair products, make your hair a weapon. Check out Duke Cannon. You can find them at Target. They're awesome. Our guest today This is a guy as comfortable on the blue line as he is on the red carpet. He's known for his style. We talked about it with some other players recently. Mr. Damon Hunt, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So, Cologne's making a comeback?
Yeah, the kids are wearing cologne now. Actually, I love it now, too. Do you wear cologne?
I've gotten into it recently as I've gotten older.
It feels good to smell like something better than you normally smell like. What cologne do you wear? I'll write this down.
I really don't know. My parents got it for me for Christmas. And
All right.
That's kind of that.
That's good. Well,
So-
do you wear cologne?
So, Cologne, this is what I saw.
young kids are wearing cologne.
Yeah, young
the
kids.
numbers
they
are
collect
way up.
it. They
Way
collect
up.
it now.
Way up.
Like my daughters are at like the beauty store buying skincare. Like in their room now, they want vanities to put makeup on and stuff.
Yep.
The boys' version of that, I think, is cologne. They're wearing cologne. They're buying cologne. Like they want like Louis Vuitton, like Tom Ford. They like the good stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But I did get a bottle as a gift. Of Tom Ford. Effing fabulous.
Was it from Damon's parents?
No, but Damon would wear this, I think.
Effing fabulous?
Yeah. Check it out.
I'd like
You should order a bottle.
Probably wear it. Yeah.
What do you think a bottle of it goes for?
a lot.
It was a lot.
$100.
500, I think.
$500. If you smell like $500,
I'm gonna look real
that's
quick.
a good cologne. Hey, should we come in, like, give him the sauna? You know, he can shave his legs and like warm them up with rapid fire.
I
right?
think that's probably a good idea.
So this is a little game we play. You've probably heard this if you listen to a first time guest. Damon has listened or watched the podcast, which is amazing. So the goal here is to answer quickly. If you don't have an answer, just say pass. Most of the goalies we have on here, it takes them like 10 minutes to answer each question. It's not great. We'll go back and forth kind of and go. So let's start. Nickname.
Huntsy.
Pet peeve.
Driving slow in the fast lane.
God, this is a huge,
popular one.
This is an epidemic with hockey players. What do you listen to in the car?
House music.
What was your first car?
Ford F-150.
It's your birthday. Where are you going to dinner?
The keg.
Okay.
He's Canadian. Do you first real job? Have you had a real job?
Not really. I used to cut lawns when I was younger in the summers.
That counts.
Yeah.
Green light, any NHL city. They just say, get after it. Where do you want to be?
New York.
Yeah, good choice.
It's a popular one. First, like, show, concert.
Black Eyed Peas.
Nice. It's going to be a good night.
When I was pretty young, we went in Winnipeg.
That's good. Hockey jersey you had as a kid. Like another player's jersey.
Jerome McGinley.
Oh, nice.
You got any weird food combos?
No.
Ketchup on your eggs?
No, I don't really like doing that.
So no weird ones.
Hot sauce on the eggs, but
Hot sauce on the
I'm
eggs?
trying to think. I don't think I think nothing.
Pre-game meal.
Pretty simple. Salad, chicken, pasta.
Who do you text the most?
Probably my girlfriend.
Good answer.
I want to say my mom though.
But you don't at the same time?
Yeah.
You do because you want your mom to feel
Yeah,
good. You
yeah.
don't.
He calls his mom. He wants to hear her voice.
Yeah, that's the next one. Who do you call the most? Mom.
Go-to drink at the bar.
Tequila soda.
Good. Lime?
Yeah. With
Nice.
lime.
Smart.
Yeah.
Best vacation you've been on?
Hawaii when I was young with my family.
Perfect weekend. What are you doing?
Going out to golf with the boys, being out at the lake. I think that'd probably be the best one we got.
You have your own Netflix accounts, or do you share them with your parents?
I still share with my parents. Yeah, they still pay for it.
I had a feeling. Hidden talent.
I recently got into DJing, so I know how to.
I've heard about this. We're going to cover this off.
Yeah, it's a fun hobby.
Your favorite social follow?
What do you mean?
Like you're on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like whose content do you like the most?
I don't really know. I would probably say like
Like the house music account?
yeah, maybe like a music artist. I Like ASAP Rocky. I like his stuff.
Nice.
He's a cool dude.
Gift card from any store.
Best Buy.
Okay.
Any hockey superstitions?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just everything's like dialed down to, the minute, the time. Like when I get to the rink, when I eat my food.
Yeah, so you definitely don't have any superstitions.
Well,
Because everything's on the minute.
a little bit here.
I have
there,
to
but-
do this.
Like, do you put your left shin pad on before your
No,
right?
I'm not like that. No, I think it's just like
Timing.
I'll start like.
You
getting
just have a
my gear
routine.
on. Yeah.
You're not superstitious. You're
Yeah.
routine based.
That's fair. Okay. Last thing you binged watched, whether this is a show or a movie, whatever.
I think it was Euphoria. It's kind of a
It's coming back.
TV show.
Good
on
timing.
HBO. Yeah.
You know what I've been binge watching? The show Alone. Have you guys seen that?
No, is it good?
Yeah, it's like you get dropped. There's like 12 contestants that get dropped off in like the Arctic Circle in Canada, and they get like 10 items, and then
They have to survive.
and whoever survives the longest wins $500,000.
Does any of them have $500 clone? That would be a great item.
That's not what they keep, no. But they do they'll put like animal scent on themselves and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen that. I want to watch that. I'll watch it.
What is that?
There's a
on?
new episode.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix right now.
Okay, Alone. There's also a Russian show called Surgeon that I might have to watch. It's coming. It's going to be a big thing.
Can you read subtitles?
I'm gonna watch that show actually. Buying clothes. Where do you go? This would be something people are gonna be listening to.
I just pretty much buy my clothes online.
Okay.
Like I don't like going to malls. There's not much there for me. So
Yep.
So what's the closet look like? What's it, David from Schitt's Creek? Like, is it all black and white? Is it?
Yeah, do you have a watch island?
No, I don't. I'm not into watches yet.
Okay. See how he said yet?
It pretty much consists of just black, white, and gray. Like I'm not really into the colors. Pretty standard stuff, and then I just like mixing stuff together. Yeah.
So it is kind of like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could say that. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what's your
A lot of jackets, a lot of jeans. Shoe collection's getting pretty big now.
We're gonna go deep into this. What's your favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Okay. Who plays you in the movie? Actor.
Will Ferrell.
I like that. That's a little bit of a curveball there.
I like this. How are you feeling about this? Because John and I went on like a tangent one day about everybody's favorite holiday. Now why is Christmas your favorite holiday?
So this is about you getting a victory lap?
No, I think it's about like you were so adamant about this and just couldn't see the other side of it. But like, why is Christmas your favorite holiday?
I think it's for me like going to my grandparents' house, seeing all my family. It's kind of nostalgic. You get to open your gifts when you're young. I think it's just like the best time of the year for me. And no hockey at that time. You're so busy throughout the year, so I just get to chill out and eat good food.
You get a week like or two off of school.
Just let it go.
It's 2 days. You get Eve and Christmas.
Yep.
Because his argument is it's Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is great. But actually, this isn't totally fair because Canadians celebrate Thanksgiving differently than Americans do.
Yeah, a lot different.
Yeah. So that's not entirely fair. So I'll give you that.
I enjoyed Christmas this year. I'm aware that it's better than I thought. I was thinking it was a little too like gift based and like so when you're a parent, there's a lot of like index cards like, oh, we gave Peyton 7 gifts and Bennett 6, but Bennett has one thing that's more expensive than Peyton. It gets a little like retail, and Thanksgiving for me was just like hang out, food, football, friends. The online gambling.
The other thing with Christmas is like if you are a like from Canada, Minnesota, you have like 2 weeks off of school, so you're at the rink with your buddies just playing shinny hockey for like hours every day. It's like the best.
It's the best.
It's the best.
It's good. Should we go hockey journey first, Carts? Like,
I have a couple questions that I want to follow up on rapid fire.
Let's hit it.
Black Eyed Peas, Winnipeg. Like, how old were you?
I was young. I was probably, 8 or 9. I remember faintly. I went with all my buddies and my parents.
So, how far did you grow up from Winnipeg?
Probably like 3 hours. I grew up in a town called Moosomin, Saskatchewan. It's a town of 1,500 people. And then I eventually moved to Brandon, Manitoba. So that's a lot closer to Winnipeg, but yeah.
So you just load up like the Suburban with all your buddies and drive down?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah.
When you're DJing now, do you play Let's Get Started by the Black Eyed Peas as the first song usually, just to kind of call back to that day?
No.
Do you mix up any Black Eyed Peas songs?
Yeah, there's one Black Eyed Peas song that
Okay.
it was I forget what it's called, but it was a good remix, and it was good stuff.
Do you have your own tracks? Like, do you have a couple tracks saved?
No, I don't. Like that's on another level, I would say. Like there's one thing to mix music, but to be able to produce music takes a lot of time, a lot of talent.
But do you mix? So do you mix?
But like I mix, but I don't make my own music.
But if you have like a mix saved of like 4 minutes or 3 minutes or something.
Yeah, and I just have a huge playlist, and I usually just connect to my speakers and just blast it. And my neighbors probably don't like me too much some days in the apartment.
And is a lot of it house music? I'm intrigued because I'm into house music.
Yeah, it's all house music. Lots of the music I play is like no words. Lots of times it's just like just good beats and then build ups and the beat drops.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I got into it about 2-3 years ago. Self-taught YouTube. I just bought like a little board to start off, and I had a passion for it. I enjoyed it, so I wanted to get better at it, and it's fun. And now like I'm good enough to be able to play in front of people, and it's really good.
This is cool.
time.
Have you worked this into the wild yet? Like, have you been at a function where some of the boys are there and you get to DJ?
Not yet, no.
This needs to happen, like
I know,
whiskey and
I know,
wine.
I
Like
know.
I
you're
think
on
you got to
the-
start smaller. I don't know if you want to go right in front of the boys, but maybe.
Like maybe if we have a little get together and Spurgey gives me a hard time, like Huntsy, like you should bring your deck, and I probably would.
That'd be cool if you just pulled your deck out of your pocket. I know it's bigger than that one day, and you're just like, hey guys, I can do this. And then the party
They all
starts.
know though, like the words around the room that I can DJ, and Zuki gives me a hard time about it.
Because Zuki's a self-proclaimed DJ. I think it was at Madison Square Gardens. You guys remember the video where he gets on the garbage can and he's dancing? And
He spins it. He spins
he's spinning it.
The fake deck.
The fake.
It's like the air guitar of DJ.
Yeah.
Right. I got a question about DJing because I've gotten in the rabbit hole on these videos that, like, they're in the French Alps and there's all these people après ski the whole like DJ culture looks like first of all it's way cooler than I could ever be, but it just seems fun. I don't understand. I always had this sense like what are they really doing, right? They got all these knobs and it just seems like it seems like it's like lip singing almost with DJing. I'm assuming that's not true. It's not like wrestling or something. Like, what are you doing when you're mixing? Is it you how many different songs can you blend together, and what are all those buttons doing? Just the generic version.
Yeah.
We don't need an hour-long podcast, but like what is happening as the DJ when you're on the deck? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a whole nother world in DJing.
It's real.
It is real.
Okay. All the knobs.
For the
are
most
doing
part.
something. For the most
I would say you can mix 4 songs at once.
Okay.
But that's like guys that are very talented and, they've been DJing for years and years. But essentially, like, you're getting, what I do is you get one song and you transition the song to the next song. And then all those little knobs, they're like filters. So lows, mediums, and highs.
Okay.
For like the bass or whatever it may be. And there's rules to DJing to how to make it sound good. So as I progressed, like, I started to figure out, like, oh yeah, I can see how that works. And then pretty much the most important thing I would say is the bass, the lows of the song. So to transition, you take out the bass of the song you're trying to transition, and then you kind of like have a little piece at the bottom, and you just move it, and then you can adjust the volume to make it sound good.
So with the headphones though, so let's say you're playing a song.
Yeah.
And you're trying to get the next song. You got this amazing transition coming. That's in your headphone. So you're hearing the other track, and then you're deciding, like, right when it's getting to the part you want to blend it, then you flip it in.
Yeah. So DJs mostly wear headphones is because you don't want the crowd to hear what you're mixing.
That's right. So that's
it's preparation. So like you can hear it in your headphones, and then when you think it sounds good, then you can press a button or it goes to your speakers, and then you can transition it. But,
I mean, this is just.
I want to know how to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like
I appreciate it.
Well, you're a color guy on TV. You got someone talking in your ear all the time, and you're mixing it into the broadcast. I mean, this is kind of your world, right?
Yeah, but it has nowhere near as much color as what he does. But so like I like Kygo, Whitney Houston. What is it? Like have you heard those songs?
Yeah.
Like Kygo does a good job kind of mixing.
Kygo's good. Yeah.
Yeah, like Higher Love. Like you get a good beat with like an old song, good like vocals, and then it's just.
I like the Morgan Wallen ones where they're doing the country now, and they're mixing that into like dance music. Did you ever watch the Avicii documentary?
I did. Yeah. Yeah.
This guy was like Beethoven.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was amazing.
it's really sad he passed away, but I mean, he was like. He just had songs in his head, and he was trying to get them.
Well,
out.
Levels might be the greatest song of all time.
Unbelievable.
Like when he introduced that to where did he play it first? Like Tomorrowland or something like that. Like 2000.
Yes,
Yeah.
Tomorrowland, I mean, I think he played it with. No, Tomorrowland was when he did that other amazing song, and he had real musicians there. They all came out and were playing the stuff live, even though it was basically a DJ set. But
when we were in Stockholm. Because he's from Sweden.
yeah, he's like he's like a god in Sweden.
They have like a museum there.
Yeah.
And I walked down the streets of Stockholm trying to make my way there. I got there at like 6:05. It had closed at 6. So I didn't see it, but I was pretty bummed out because I've heard that museum's awesome.
You should watch the doc. It's his first name, whatever his real first name is. It's, but yeah, amazing.
Do you remember the rink we played out of? It was called the Avicii Center.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think that's pretty crazy. Like a musician can be that big.
And usually rinks are named after a sponsor, right?
Yeah.
Somebody pays it. Like this guy was that big that they're like, we're just going to name the rink after this guy. That's how sweet he is.
Can you imagine if it was like Prince Arena instead of Grand Casino? That'd be great.
That would be fun.
No offense to Grand Casino Arena. Hey, where did you go on break? It looked amazing. Like there was a DJ table by the pool. I don't know if you ever stepped into that, but it looked like you had a nice little break.
Yeah, I was in Cabo
Nice.
with my girlfriend. It was great. I've never been there before.
I haven't been there either.
Yeah.
A great spot.
Yeah, it was great. The weather was pretty good. We did a lot of excursions, snorkeling, ATVing,
Nice.
camel riding, actually. So,
Camel riding.
yeah.
So you're that kind of vacationer? You're not like let's just sit by the pool for 7 days. You're like, let's do something?
Yeah, I kind of feel bad for just, sitting around. Like, I feel like I have to be doing something a little bit. So I enjoy those excursions and getting out and experiencing, whatever it may be.
I'm the same. My wife's the opposite.
Yeah, I want to sit with like a bad book, like an Elvis biography, and just drink like 17 Tecate Lights. I got a question about, now, your girlfriend looks like she's really cool. How much of this is her helping you, and how much of it is you? Are you curated, or are you a sty guy yourself? Because I look at these, it's like vintage Broncos and bookshelves, and I mean, this world is like the aesthetic is all happening. Are you getting some help from the girlfriend, or are you a clothes horse yourself?
I hate to admit it, but yeah, she's
dying. She is like, if like
It's the right choice. That's the right thing to say.
because I was like this. I was like, this guy's really into fashion, but then I start seeing the girlfriend on the Instagram. I'm like, I think she might just lay his clothes on the floor every morning.
Yeah, well, I have to give myself some credit. Like when I was young, I got into it a little bit, but she's definitely a big influence on
Yeah, she's
whatever. She just will be like, hey, like this is cool. Like, should we buy it? And I was like, yeah, just buy it for me. And yeah, and she helps a lot with that. So
Where's she from?
she's from Saskatchewan, Pilot Butte, Saskatchewan. It's a town of 1,000 people too. I met her playing junior hockey in Moose Jaw. It's pretty close to Moose Jaw. So.
All right. Shout out to the girlfriend and
Yeah.
her own sty as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little? You did win the silver with Canada in the Hellebuyck Gretzky. You were going to be on the World Junior team. Sounds like you got banged up beforehand, but have you been watching any of the Olympic hockey? And I mean, you were in Cabo, but like, have you been watching a lot of wild guys playing now?
Yeah, well, I got injured at World Juniors, and then I wasn't able to play, but they kept me with the team, and we actually won it.
yeah,
year.
yeah.
So I was, I got a gold medal. So
Nice.
Where is it?
It's at home.
On the wall?
Yeah, I think it's at my parents' place.
It's being melted into a pair of jeans.
You call mom every day to check on it? Yeah.
Speckled jeans, whiskers. But have you watched any of the hockey?
Yeah, I've been watching every game pretty much.
It's pretty fun.
I mean, the Canada games right now.
I know. I was going to say, you mad? You like want this to go fast? Because Canada's down. Canada was down one rip, but
Are they?
I'll check. You want me to check?
We'll get in the third period, I think.
Yeah, do a check quick. Not a lot of Canadians on the Wild. Kind of rare.
Yeah, it is weird.
I mean, I was looking. I was like, geez, we got like 3. I mean, 4 with Foligno. It's very small. So, are you like? I'll be sick to my stomach watching the U.S. team today. I'm very emotionally invested. When you see that leaf and the red, are you just all about it?
Yeah, I'm the exact same.
Okay.
Like, watching
I mean, I can't even.
Sweaty palms.
I could throw up
do it.
watching Olympic hockey.
Yeah.
It is the best. I do hope the U.S. and Canada somehow square off. This will be after that, but awesome.
Well, Rantanen and Haula have goals for Finland.
Okay.
Reinhardt has one for Canada.
Okay.
So a little over 5 to go.
I mean, we scored with 5 minutes to go in the third.
Oh, there's a ton of time.
Is Crosby playing?
No, he's not.
Okay.
McDavid, that was interesting too, because in the Olympics, you have to have a captain. You can't play a game without a C. So Sid couldn't play. They didn't want to have to talk about who they would give the captain to without knowing if he would play or not. But turns out McDavid's the captain, and then Makar and McKinnon are now the alternates.
Oh, they got McKinnon in there. Junior hockey, you've played for some just legendary. I mean, the Brandon Wheat Kings, the
names in the
Moose Jaw Warriors.
That's Western League, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Western League names are great. Moose Jaw Warriors.
I mean, these are like
Brandon Wheat
There's
Kings.
some good ones. Yeah.
and the Verdun Oil Capitals, Verdun.
Yeah, I played there during COVID.
What? Give us a little local color on junior hockey in Canada. I mean, is this long bus rides? What was it like in Brandon? Obviously, that's basically your second home. And then Moose Jaw. What was the junior hockey experience like? Who'd you play with? You know, how were those teams?
Yeah. I got drafted when I was 15 years old, so it's pretty young. And I was on the fence if I wanted to go college hockey or not. And I was 50-50 for a while. I was planning to go to Duluth, actually. But I decided to play as a 16-year-old Moose Jaw. It was, stepping into a man's league at a young age. And I was physically mature at 16, and I felt like I was there. And I think I made the right decision. And my rookie year, I got to play with defenseman Josh Brook. Josh was a second-round pick to Montreal, and he was a fantastic player. He still is. He's overseas now, but so he was a big mentor for me. Jet Wu also. He's a high prospect for the Canucks. And long bus rides, like you said, like it's pretty crazy what we go through, like 10-hour bus rides, 20-hour bus rides. It's pretty intense.
No,
but as the years went on, like I developed and eventually got drafted to Minnesota here, and just kind of come up the ranks a little bit, and eventually made my way to Iowa, and made my debut a couple years ago, and then got traded.
You're a boomerang, though. That's the ultimate compliment, because Billy G is a poker player. And the fact that you come back to the Wild is really the highest compliment ever, I think. I mean, that had to mean something to you. They pulled you back. I mean,
He's done that with the guys he likes, though.
But that's the highest, I think, from a Billy standpoint. That is serious. If he's like, ooh, actually, do over. Yeah. Let's get him back. So, how have you liked this season? I mean, besides October, we got Quinn Hughes spinning around, breaking ankles. I mean, it has been so fun. We've been doing this podcast several years, and I don't think we've ever had something like this to look at. What's it like in the room, and how has your experience been?
Yeah, it's very exciting to be in the room and be part of the Wild right now. Like, man, we're good when we're playing our best. Quinn's it's been amazing to watch him. He's see his every shift and, you know, be beside him. And it's pretty cool. For me personally, like, it's been a very interesting year, you know, starting out in Columbus and, you know, expecting, you know, to make that team and getting put on waivers and getting brought back, which I'm extremely grateful for. But, you know, being in and out of the lineup a bit, you know, it's been a bit challenging for sure. But every time I get that opportunity, like, I'm just trying to be my best, play my best, be elite. And it's been good. Like, the years go so fast. Like, it's already getting into March. So things are going to get ramped up here, and I'm excited for this playoff push. And whenever I get that opportunity to play, like, I'm just trying to be my best and be a good teammate. Because, you know, I'm in the NHL, right? Like, this is a dream come true, and I'm just trying to work hard and be a good teammate.
When you first got traded, what was your reaction, or what was your thought process? Like, okay, good opportunity. Like, oh man, bummed out. Like, you know, like, and at that point you're still young too, so maybe you just don't even fully know. But what were you feeling?
Yeah. When I first heard it, I was pretty bummed out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like,
His girlfriend's was like,
It's easier to say now that you're not. with
she's like,
Columbus,
there's
too.
no boutiques in Columbus. This is going to be horrible.
It's actually a pretty funny story. We were in Charlotte, and I was with Iowa, and I was fully dressed, and we're going up for warm-ups, and we're in the tunnel, and Matt Hendricks comes and grabs me, like, Huntsy, you're like, I just got to talk to you. Like, you can't go out for warm-ups. Okay, Andy, I'm probably getting called up. This has happened several times, and no, I got traded. I'm in my full gear, my helmet. They tell me. And I
in the tunnel to go out onto the ice.
Well, he brought me back to, like, the dressing room, and told me I was getting traded, and I'm in my full gear. I call my dad, and just kind of, you know, shocked. First time ever traded. Like, I was getting ready for a game. Now all of a sudden, like,
You're alone in a locker room
gone.
with your gear on.
Yeah, and, like, my phone's blowing up. I'm getting phone calls from everyone, and then the next morning, like 6 a.m., I fly out and I meet the Cleveland Monsters in Grand Rapids, and we actually didn't play that night. And thank God, because we had a rookie party that night with Iowa. So, it was good. But so many friendships made in Cleveland. I made so many good teammates, and it's kind of like a blur right now. Like, thinking back, like, wow, like, I was in Cleveland and now I'm here. But it's good. I think life lesson, just going through that.
Yeah, and then, you know, you go through the summer, you work out, good training camp, and then you end up on waivers. Was that a surprise too, a little bit, or did you think you were going back there? Or
I knew going into Columbus's camp, like, it'd be a pretty tough squad to crack. They had, like, 7 one-way contracts, so, you know, it would have been pretty tough. But they decided not to carry. I would have been the eighth defenseman. They decided not to. Got put on waivers, and sure enough, Minnesota grabbed me. So, yeah.
So who'd you get the call from to say, like, hey, you're coming back?
I actually found out on Twitter. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, kind of crazy.
That is, it breaks.
Yeah.
So waivers go that way because it's released at like noon Eastern every day, and I don't think the teams know they get you until the same time that the information becomes public or something like that.
Yeah, and then Dom called me like a minute later, but yeah.
Dom sounds like a great guy.
Yeah.
Like, everything I've heard about this guy.
Flight was booked. Bags were then packed real quick.
Well, actually, my car broke down. I was going to drive, and then I got a flight. So I had all my stuff left in my car, and then, like, a bunch of electrical issues was going on, and I was like, I can't drive. Like, my car won't start.
Can't get the bass to work on the radio. I can't go this far without the bass.
Yeah. So
Still not the old F-150, is it? You've moved on.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you about Des Moines because, you know, you're a guy who grew up in Saskatchewan and I guess Manitoba as well, but you played 109 games down in Des Moines, Des Money. What are some of your favorite places down there? Like if somebody was, you know, buzzing into Des Moines, are there any restaurants, or you can live the Soho life, but you can also live the junior hockey life. So I'm curious what you thought of Des Moines, and do you have any restaurants or bars that you like down there?
I enjoyed my time in Des Moines. It's not much going on there.
Isn't there a supper club? There's some supper club Billy loves there. Where did you go? Did you go out to eat ever, or were you just always just kind of doing the hockey thing?
Whenever I would go out, it would mostly be with my parents when they would be in town. Like I didn't really eat out much in Des Moines. We would always go to the spot by the rink. It's called Buzzard Billy's.
Yes.
It's pretty legendary there, and
They have crocodile, I think.
yeah, they
on the
do.
menu.
Yeah.
I saw.
They got a big menu, and it's actually pretty good food.
So do you live in West Des Moines?
No, I live downtown in East Village.
Okay, so you ever go to Up Down, that video game bar? You know that spot?
I've never been there. No.
Okay, and then what's the? I should know this. I think it's called Zombie Burger.
Yeah.
You've been to
I
Zombie-
live like across the street from there.
Okay.
Whoa,
So did you
whoa,
ever go to Zombie Burger?
Yeah.
Can we
I've
can we
been there.
explain what a zombie burger is? This sounds.
Zombie Burger's like, I don't think it's a chain, but Zombie Burger is like the Des Moines like spot.
This is their like GDP. This
Yes.
is what they're
It's
giving
like
the world.
all year round Halloween theme, kind of like
Okay.
zombie burger.
And is it a delicious burger that makes you kind of like
Yeah.
a zombie after you eat it?
So back to quick hit, weird food combo. That's Zombie Burger. You'll get like a peanut butter and jelly burger. They'll have like a bunch of different burgers. Can't even describe them. You could probably find them on the internet. But Zombie Burger, Des Moines, you have to go.
I would love to go to Zombie Burger. That sounds awesome.
So you're not like a Zombie Burger peanut butter and jelly guy. Like it'll be peanut butter and jelly bacon or something weird.
No, I wouldn't do anything like that.
Did you go there though? If it was right by you?
I was there once,
Once. So
just
he's
once,
not a
I
true
know.
zombie.
but
That's all right. That's all right.
But there's another good spot, West Des Moines. So I spent like I think I played 20 games there. Zombie Burger Up Down Bar was the video game bar, and then
Video
when
game bar, like you're playing Miss Pac-Man and hanging out?
Yeah,
That's cool.
totally. Yep, all the old school games, kind of.
So it's an arcade bar.
Yeah,
That's great.
and then on the other side of town was Hertz Donut. There's a donut spot, so I go get a donut like after practice. Big donut guy.
I love
But
donuts.
Dad's in law enforcement. Makes sense.
Hey, I was going to ask you because you were talking to, you have a unique role where, they shuffle the deck, you're in and out of the lineup playing with lots of different people. What, I guess it's kind of a two-part question, but what's kind of when your game's at its best, I don't know if you have a comp or whatever, but like what type of defenseman do you want to be? And as it relates to that, what are the differences with playing with different guys, whether it's Bogo or Midzi or, Juracek or whoever you're paired with? I'd just be curious, combos and kind of what is the best version of Damon Hunt on the ice?
yeah, that's a great question. I think when I'm at my best, my biggest strength is my skating. So whenever I'm on the bench or if I'm preparing for a game, it's like you got to move your feet. Like that's when you're at your best. You get out of trouble. You whatever it may be, moving your feet. And from there it's having good gaps in the NHL. Like you have to have really good gaps or you're going to get exposed. And I think with my skating ability, like having good gaps, it helps so much. But like playing simple, I think maybe as I get older, my game will develop into something different. But for now, it's keeping it simple and being reliable out there. Being heavy down in the corners, shutting down those plays, and then from there, it's just getting up the ice, being part of the fourth man attack. Yeah.
Is physicality a part? Like, are you like when Dumbo was here, he would get guys.
Yeah.
And in minors, he got a lot of guys. Like,
Yeah.
I remember watching his tape before we drafted him. And is that something you enjoy? So if you're in a playoff game or something and you get an opportunity to stick a guy, is that part of your game or?
I love being physical. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Dumb's is, his physicality is, almost on another level. Like he's looking for that hit and he's trying to
Yeah, he's got a little Scott Stevens too.
Yeah, if he can
And-
get a guy, he's going to get a guy.
Like he wants to catch
And
it.
I find it sometimes hard to do that because guys always have their heads up, and
And
it's
you can
like-
really miss bad.
And then if you miss them, then you're exposed or you knee them, and it's hard. I think I love being physical, but like Scott Stevens style, like I don't know, I don't think so.
yeah.
Different kind of
Yeah.
physicality.
Yeah, just play hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I got to ask you too, because the hockey landscape's changing, and you're probably closer to it yet. And you talked to that, like you had a choice to make. You want to play major, junior, or college hockey. Now the kids don't have to make that choice, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's changed the whole philosophy of junior hockey in Canada. It's crazy now.
How is it? How has it changed it in Canada? I'm not familiar with. I see it changing in the college game where they've got the NIL money, and now major junior kids are coming in, and so rosters are changing. Now they have the portal. That's crazy too. But how has it changed in junior hockey in Canada?
Well, I think growing up, every kid wanted to play in the WHL. Like that's how it was. If you're a WHL player, you're like a king, right? You get to be a part of that. But I think now it's like you can go to college hockey and make money. You can do.
Well, they're making money in junior hockey now because college teams are paying guys. Some of these junior teams are like, we'll have to pay this guy if we want to get him at 18 years old. Like
London
McKenna.
Knights. London Knights.
Yeah, they've always been doing that though.
I think.
But
how appealing is NCAA, do you think, for young Canadians? Because
now
you've seen Celebrini, you've seen Fantilli. It started to become a thing. Makar played at UMass. Is that if WHL was the Kings? Do you think NCAA is just kind of like it's off to the side, or is it becoming a top option for Canadians?
I think it's a top option now. Like, man, if I could go back and play college hockey, like I could have, but now that everything's so open and it's so much easier, you can go play junior hockey for 2 years, and then you can go to college hockey. So for me, like I didn't want to wait those 2 years and play in the USHL or
start as a 20-year-old freshman.
Yeah, or like junior A in the MJHL. Like I just didn't want to wait those 2 years because I felt like I was ready to play in the WHL at 16. So now like you can go play in the WHL and then you can go commit somewhere. So I think it's a lot more attractive to be able to do that, and you get to play college hockey. I think that's pretty cool because I think the game's obviously faster, everyone's older.
Yeah. And in terms of, I would imagine it has to be appealing just based on timeline alone. So what college affords somebody is the potential of 4 years. So major junior ends at 20 years old? So you'd basically have to be pro hockey ready at 21 years old, where college, you can push that back to as late as
25.
Well, yeah, maybe 24ish. Like I think on like the development scale, like at about 23 years old, you're really no longer a prospect. So you still have to like be going a little bit. Like you have to be on a different path. And I'm going to play 4 years at 25. It's possible. Don't get me wrong. It just gets harder. Change the subject here. I see some tattoos. How many tattoos you got?
I got quite a bit. I don't know the exact number, probably like 25.
You have a sleeve or no?
Like half sleeve. It's like a patchwork sleeve. So just like.
What's your best tattoo? I know it's probably like children. You can't pick one, but what's one you love?
I got one on my back. It says, "To thine own self be true." It's a verse from the Bible. It's my mom's favorite verse, and that'd be a good touch.
What are the ones on the hands?
Oh gosh,
that's the year you were born, I assume.
Yeah, I was like 19, and I was going through like a tattoo phase, and for some reason I decided to get these hand tattoos, and
they look tough.
I don't mind them, but like they're kind of, out there,
I don't know. They're not that out there. So just a year.
So like, I just got my birth year and Lord Patience on there, and I just have my initials there.
Yeah, cool.
Because I'm, into that stuff, I guess. But
yeah. Which one has been the most painful?
I got one on my kneecap. That one hurt a lot. Like sweaty palms. I'm sweating and. I'm like dying on the table. I'm like, oh my gosh, because the kneecap, like, there's nothing there to help that needle.
Yeah.
Like, so, that one hurt so much.
Do you go to the same tattoo guy, or you?
I rotate. I used to be like that, but recently I got some in New York. I got some in Iowa. I got some here. I got some back home in Calgary. But now I usually just keep it to the summer, because it's kind of hard to get a tattoo during the season. So I have a lady in Calgary I just kind of stick to now.
Cool.
Do you think you'll get a Wild on 7th tattoo? See the logo here? Look at this right here. It's pretty good. Right, the street signs.
I'll think about it.
Okay, something to look into.
I'll think about it.
I got a hard one, but since you're a DJ, I think you can do it. So, one word to just describe playing with some of these other defensemen. We'll see if this works.
One word?
Yeah, just a word. I mean, not even playing, just kind of if you're thinking of them as a defenseman. So let's go Quinn.
I don't know if I can use one word for him. Dynamic,
How about Brock?
steady,
Spurge,
reliable,
Mids,
heavy,
Broads,
smooth,
and Bogo. Beard.
beast.
That's very well done.
That was good.
He's got the knobs. He's got it. They really work. They really work. I was going to selfishly ask you one thing. So when just digging into your socials and stuff, you clearly got the culture thing down. And what should I be doing in Minneapolis, St. Paul that I'm not doing now that's cool? Maybe you could ask your girlfriend, but like, what are there any restaurants, things you're doing? Because I think I could maybe steal some stuff from you. You got any spots you like? Little hidden gems?
Yeah, I've got one hidden gem.
Okay.
It's called Chromatic. It's a clothing store.
Okay.
It's just kind of like the guys that work there fly to like Japan, and they get all these like thrifted, cool, vintage clothes, and they bring them back, and they resell them. It can be pretty pricey in there, but it's cool, and those guys are cool in there. They always talk to me, and so shout out Chromatic. They're pretty awesome.
Where is it?
It's downtown. I think it's just across the river. So like I live right downtown, and you go across the bridge.
Do they have a lot of like pear-shaped golf shirts in there? Like if I went in there, anything like that?
You might be able to find. You have to go digging a bit.
Chromatic. Okay, I don't know if I can pull that off, but somebody that's cool that's listening, you should check that place out for sure.
Yeah. And
how about a food spot?
Is there
If you're tucking in somewhere, you know.
Is there spots called is it like Spoon and Stable?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that spot.
That's a hot
I've been there a
spot.
couple times. I don't really go to eat in Mini here. I don't know. We're not really home very much, and my girlfriend likes to cook. I don't really cook very much, but we like just to chill out.
What's the best steakhouse? Like if you think of on the road, if you had to just go to one, or like a fancy restaurant on the road, Manhattan type place. What is it, Carbone in New York? What's the spot? Like this is the ace of spades in terms of team dinners.
I don't really know.
Maybe you too. I'm always curious, like is there a spot in like Vegas or New York that's just like the best
I don't know. My dinner group always just kind of rotates. We usually just stick to like Italian.
Yeah.
We don't really go to those fancy steakhouses very often.
Well, you go to them with the team like frequently enough to where
It's not special anymore?
no, not even close. Like you're like, how much different can a steak and mashed potatoes and asparagus and certain things be? I think the good ones are like Nobu, or there's fancy ones that are in New York, in Dallas, in Vegas, in LA, just one in each spot. It's different kind of food, just a different vibe. But my favorite one is Nobu.
In which city?
Well, we stay in Dallas, attached to one, so that's
Dallas is awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
Sneaky cool place.
Nobu's it's cool.
Yeah.
I've never been to a Nobu.
Or Tao, New York is cool. New York has a bunch of cool ones. Mm-hmm. Before we let you go, this just Cromance, the name of the clothing store. But I just was like, remember that song Chromeo? Do you remember this band, Chromeo?
No, I don't.
You don't? Okay, you're gonna have to listen to this on your way home. Yeah, Fancy Footwork by Chromeo. It's a Canadian band.
Is that bad? I don't know. Well, I might know their songs, but I don't know the name.
A Canadian electro-funk duo from Montreal. You'd know this one. We're going to get in trouble. Huss is going to have to edit this out, but we'll see if we can get it up. But maybe we'll do it after that way. To all the listeners, Chromeo, Fancy Footwork. I loved this song.
This is a good transition to his shoes, though. You said, you're getting your you're getting into this. You got a lot of shoes now. What's the angle on the footwear?
I used to be like a sneakerhead, love the Nike sneakers, but recently it's more like loafers, a little bit more like dress. Casual.
What brands you like? So if you were doing like the Travis Scotts and the Nike stuff, what are you doing in loafers?
I love this because we won't know it, will we?
No, yeah, you'll probably know. Like, I don't know, Prada loafers.
Yeah.
They're pretty nice.
Louboutin.
Gucci.
Yeah. I try to stay away from those designer brands with shoes. Like, you can just get nice shoes that are way less money and they look the exact same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that stuff is just kind of like pointless to me.
Golf. You said, are you a stick?
I'm not a stick, no, but I enjoy it. I'll probably shoot a 89 and I'm happy.
Okay. What's your game? What's your short game guy? Long ball? What's your
Long ball,
You hit it.
I always duff my chips and I can't putt.
So no short game.
No.
So you're like
He's like the rest of us.
You're like Middleton when he hits it straight,
Yeah.
which is not a lot, but
Yeah.
when he does,
But-
it's something.
When I have a good day, like I'll shoot an 89 and I'm thrilled about it.
And then you are a gamer. So what do you play?
Geez, I play a lot of Fortnite, a lot of NHL.
With other guys on the team?
Yeah, I usually don't. Or excuse me, no, buddies back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
This is Brandon
Mooseman.
Mooseman.
It's kind of like a getaway for me, just to it's kind of like my happy place.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny, but like I get to just hang out, talk to my buddies I grew up with. We'll play Fortnite, NHL, PGA, MLB.
That's awesome.
Pretty much whatever's kind of going on, but yeah, I enjoy it. It's good. I think of video games gets a lot of hate. You can overdo it for sure, but I'm always talking to somebody, and I enjoy it. Just to get away from my busy life.
Hey, what's the score for him in the Canada?
It's 2-1 intermission.
Okay. So we get to watch the third.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else for Captain Cool here?
I don't appreciate you coming up, my man. Good luck down the stretch. Fun to watch you. And again, thanks for coming, bud.
Thank you. I appreciate it.